want to watch after. So Rabbi Shimon, the Lag BaOmer is the day. It's a very strange day, right? Someone dies, and we start dancing around the fire. Imagine, like, you know, if one Chas v'Shalom, one of our father dies, and then now everybody start dancing around the fire. You know, like good macher, and you know, like it's gonna be very strange. But the truth, that's really how a death technically should be celebrated. The problem is that the difference between the death of Rabbi Shimon Yochai and others is that Rabbi Shimon Yochai's death was, he had lived his life, he had brought the deepest secret of Torah in the world, and therefore it was something incredible that he had accomplished with his life. So for him, when he was living, it was obvious that he would go to Olam Haba and he would go to the highest level, right? So it's a celebration, and technically, when someone dies, we're supposed to say Hatov V'Ametiv, right? It's good. It's really good. It's good that that person dies. It's coming closer to Hashem. The only reason we're sad is for ourselves, because we're detached from one of the lights that brought one of the letters of the Torah, one of the lights in the world that could have helped, that was helping us get close to Hashem, because we need everybody to be close to Hashem. You know, that's really the understanding of our unity as a Jewish nation. So now we're missing that light. So for us, it's sad, but for the person itself, it's exciting. Now it's getting close to Hashem. So that's the fact that, you know, and that's uniquely with Rosh Hashanah. We don't do that for the tzaddikim. We don't do that for other people. I mean, they have hilula for different things, but the joy and the singing that we stop a whole Sefirah HaOmer, 50 days, we all mourn, right? And on that day, everything is broken. No more mourning, dancing, singing, drink wine, whatever. It's incredible, the power of that day. We don't have that during the 3 weeks. That there's one day of the 3 where we, you know. So what is unique about Rabbi Shimon Yochai, that he is able to break that whole thing. Also, we know that the 33rd day of the Omer, which was tonight, if you didn't count tonight, make sure you count, you know. The 33rd day of the Omer is the day where the student of Rabbi Akiva stopped dying. So according to opinion, they stopped dying on that day, or on that day they didn't die. But what is sure is that it was a day that marked the stop of something that was going against the plague. That's something that stopped the plague, so to speak. So what's so unique about Rabbi Shimon Yochai and the stopping of the plague, of the death of, you know, of the COVID-19 of the time, right? It was probably COVID number 1. I don't know. So now it's 19, but whatever. The idea is what was so powerful about that, and we know that obviously is related to Rabbi Shimon Yochai being the one who taught the biggest secret of Torah in the world, which is Kabbalah. Kabbalah always existed since Adam HaRishon. However, he's the one who put into writing for the first time a book, letters, a written document that was the key to understanding the secrets of the Torah. And that never came before on that level. We know there's 4 levels to understand the Torah. That's very important. A lot of people don't know. You know, there's Pshat, Remez, Drush, and Sod. The 4 levels of understanding the Torah. They say there's 4 rivers going out of Gan Eden. They correspond to those 4 levels of learning the Torah. If you take the first letters of Pshat, Remez, Drush, and Sod, which mean Pshat meaning the literal meaning of what you learn. Remez is allusions, gematria, hints, the Rosh Tevos, meaning code, Torah codes. Then you have Drush, which is Midrash. You see the metaphors, like Midrash, right? You explain the Torah through metaphors. And then Sod is the secrets. So we're supposed to learn all 4 levels of Torah. And if you take the first letters, Pei, Resh, Dalet, Samech, Pardes. Pardes means the orchard. But if you take the word Pardes, it spells paradise. That's where the word paradise comes from. Paradis, Pardes, paradise. That's the root of the word paradise. What's paradise? It's living, what's Gan Eden, which is paradise, is living in a world where you understand all 4 levels of the Torah. When you understand all 4 levels of the Torah, there's no life, death, it's all the same thing. You're in Gan Eden, there's no such a thing as death. Everything is just an involvement. Even death is not death. Even death is just like you shedding your skin and you enter into a new skin. It's like reincarnation. You understand that there's no such a thing as evil and darkness and death. You are just evolving one step of the other. So much so that we are told that the Trias HaMesim, you know what Trias HaMesim is? Trias HaMesim is just the final stage of your becoming an evolved being on the highest level. It'll be the last stage. During the time Moshiach comes, each time we're going to die and come back, we're going to come back as a newer being, as a more evolved, more spiritual, more connected being. That's true evolution. So instead of the evolution of going from monkey to human being, we're going from human being to higher than angels, spiritual, like, yeah, spiritual beings that are on an incredible high level. So now that we understand that so he wrote the Zohar. The Zohar is the Sod, is a secret commentary, is the 4th level of learning Torah. The Arizal says, and many other commentaries, that if you don't learn Kabbalah, you are like someone who learns about the body and on the outside, and you don't know that there's a soul inside. You know everything about the body, but you don't know about the soul. It's like you're missing the main point. The Vilna Gaon says, if you don't understand the pshat, you won't understand the sod. And if you don't understand the sod, you won't understand the pshat. You need sod and pshat. You need the body and soul. The Rosh Yochai said, if you read the Torah, you just think that those stories are stories and the laws are just laws and mitzvahs are just mitzvahs and just do them without understanding what it means. You are disgracing, you're giving a disgrace on Torah. You're not giving kavod of the Torah. You think God gave you little commandments and, do these and nice stories. God is not telling bedtime stories, it has to be much deeper than what you think. God is not interested in giving us something simple. Everything, Hashem is the deepest of the deepest of the deepest of deepest level of understanding of Torah and everything we cannot even imagine, right? So we have to be careful not to be trapped. The Erev Rav and a lot of people today say, don't learn Kabbalah, you have to be 40, it's for men only, whatever they're going to say. Yes, obviously, you cannot learn just Kabbalah like that. You need to have a teacher, you need to learn the right books. But today, we have to understand Rav Shlomo Eliashiv, Leshem Shemo V'Achlama, and the many other, the Ramak, many other teachers, more recent Mikubalim, have said that today, Rav Morgenstein, and many others, everybody has to learn Kabbalah. I forgot which rabbi, maybe I can find out right away, because it's such a powerful saying. I want to quote it in the name of that person. So hold on 1 second, I will tell you right away, because I recorded that from a recording specifically to remember. So let's see if it's okay. So already said, he said, they say that you're the Ridzitchever Rebbe. Okay, that's who he was saying. So he says, say, oh, you shouldn't learn Kabbalah until you're pure. Only when you're pure, you should learn Kabbalah. And the Ridzitchever Rebbe, you know what he says? How are you going to be pure if you don't learn Kabbalah? So the idea is to understand that sometimes our Yetzirah plays a trick. They say, oh, I'm not on the Madrega, I'm not holy enough, I'm not this, I'm that. Yeah, you'll never be holy enough. Who are you to even read the Chumash, the Torah itself? Just the Chumash on a simple level? You think you're holy enough to learn a book given by God? No, that's not how it works. We know the Torah is not Mekabel Tuma. We know that's why technically, right, according to Halacha, even a woman is Nida, or even a man is Tameh, he can still touch the Torah, he can still have an aliyah to the Torah, because we can kiss the Torah, because the Torah is not Mekabel Tuma, it's beyond this world. It's so holy, it's not affected. So like, you think you can affect God, right? So the idea is that the Torah that he gave us is so holy, it's beyond Tuma. So, but the idea is for us to learn to give respect to the Torah, to the greatness of the Torah and all that. So the idea is that we all have an obligation. The Arizal says, until you learn Kabbalah, and that obligation is more focused on the men, obviously, because they have the mitzvah of learning Kabbalah. The women can learn Kabbalah just for their own growth, to enhance their life. But the men, for sure, they have an obligation to learn all 4 levels of the Torah, because if they don't learn all 4 levels of the Torah, they're going to have to come back as a Gilgul, as a reincarnation again, which is more painful than for the soul than to go to Gehinnom. Because Gehinnom is the last stage cleaning process before you go to Gan Eden. When you go to Gehinnom, you don't have to come back. Finally, you can go to Gan Eden and rest. But if you come back in reincarnation, you need to come back, and your soul has to come back in this physical world, which doesn't want to come in this physical world. It wants to be close to Hashem, to Tati, in heaven, to Abba. So we all need to stop being so fake, humble people. It's nice to want to be humble, yes, but don't fake it. We all know we are nothing. We are nothing. And who are we to learn even the Torah on the simple level? But Hashem says, you're my children. You're my children. I chose you to be responsible for Torah. And yes, you have to work on yourself. But I know you're going to make mistake. And that's fine. That's fine. The mistake are there for you to grow. The darkness is here for you to grow. Hashem create a world where there's darkness. Who put the Satan on earth? Who created the snake? Who created the test? Who created the ability to fall failure? Hashem. Hashem made the snake. Hashem created the Satan. Hashem created the Yetzirah. Hashem created the darkness. And what is Hashem saying? These darkness, these things, even if you fail, it's okay. It's part of the growth of the journey. Don't lose yourself into your own self-sabotage, victimization of yourself. That's we, as human beings, we're professional in having low self-esteem. We're professional as putting ourselves down, as being too critical, more critical than Hashem. Hashem says, I love you. All what I want is you to come back. All I want is you to love me. All I want is you to just recognize you made a mistake and admit it. Just like a couple. The wife always says, just admit you're wrong. And the guy is with his ego is saying, no, I'm not wrong, right? This ego that we're fighting with. So, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, and by the way, you know what's the greatest midah to be able to learn Kabbalah? Humility. That's the biggest, there's in Shari Kedusha for Rabbi Chaim Vital, it says, there was a rabbi who was learning with the Chevra to learn Kabbalah, and he wanted to learn Kabbalah, he wanted to join the Chevra. He said, oh, can I learn Kabbalah? I said, oh, you want to learn Kabbalah? So this is what you need to do to see if you're ready. You go in the middle, in the public place, in the marketplace, you go to Times Square, and there you call a few kids, and you have the kids slap on your face in front of everyone in Times Square. What? I'm a big rabbi. Like, what people are gonna think of me is like it's a shame. It's humiliation. It's like, okay, you're not ready for Kabbalah. Kabbalah means, I understand that there's no other true honor than Hashem Himself. I understand I'm ready to be a carpet for people to walk on, to be able to learn Torah and to reveal His Torah. I'm not better than anybody else. I'm not better than a Jew. I'm not better than a non-Jew. I'm not better than anything. I'm just a piece of dust and dirt in the world. That's all what you are. But in the same time, that piece of dust, the moment you realize you're nothing, the moment you realize you're Ein, you're nothing, Ein, the Ein transforms itself into an Ani. The same letters, Aleph Yud Nun becomes Aleph Nun Yud. And then the Ein Sof is part of your Ani. So what's Lag BaOmer? Lag BaOmer is a day where we celebrate the fact that we have access to the teaching of Rishon Bar Yochai. We have access to the deepest Torah. We have access to the thing, the code, the knowledge, the Torah, the way of learning Torah that is the most exciting, the most meaningful, the most powerful way how to understand the world and how to see that there's light in everything. Why is it on that day, on the 33rd day? Because the 33rd day is the Sefirah. Every day on the Sefirah, right, this corresponds to the Sefirah, the 7th Sefirah for the 7 weeks. And every Sefirah corresponds to a Midah. And how do we, Chesed, Gvura, Tiferes, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, Malchus, and how do we work on every mitzvah, on every Midah, sorry? We work on the 7 shepherd, the Ushpizin, which correspond to each one of the Midos. So Chesed correspond to Avraham, Yitzchak correspond to Gvura, Tiferes correspond to Yaakov, Netzach correspond to Moshe, Hod to Aaron HaKohen, Yosef to Yesod, and Malchus correspond to David. That's why we have those 7 shepherds, the Ushpizin. So we learn from each one how to fix the Midah. Avraham teaches us about Chesed, Yitzchak about Gvura, and etc., etc. So what's Hod? Hod is Aaron HaKohen. Hod corresponds to the Avodah of the Beis Hamikdash. So, but what does Hod mean? Hod means Hoda. It has to do with glory. It has to do with Hakarat HaTov. Hoda is being thankful and grateful. You know what's so hard for human being? What we still struggle with? And the sign, the symbol that we're still struggling with, that is that, do you know that, by the way, those 7 spheres correspond to the 7 parts of the body? Avram, the Chesed correspond to the right arm, Yitzchak, Gvura to the left arm, Yaakov refers to the torso, Netzach is to the right leg or loins, hip, the left, Hod, which is today correspond to the left hip or leg, and Yesod correspond to the sexual organ, and Malchus correspond to the feet. So Hod, which is today, Hod Shebehod, correspond to the left leg. What's the left leg? The left leg correspond to Yaakov. Yaakov, who, when he was fighting with the Malach of Esav, he was hurt at that place, right? Yaakov was representing the Jewish people. We are called Bnei Yaakov, Bnei Israel. He was fighting for our Galus, and the Malach of Esav is Edom. And what are we now in is Edom. And that's the 4th Malach that was walking on the ladder, and he keeps going up. When is this Galus gonna stop? These correspond to Malchus Edom, and he's the left leg, which has to do with Hodah. That means that our weakness, our struggle, our lack of perfection is in that area of Hodah, is that area where I'm thankful, and like the Gemara in Brachos says, I'm thankful for the good as much as I'm thankful for the darkness. That everything really is good. which we have a struggle to work in the level of Hakar Satov, of saying Gamzu Letova. Who was the teacher of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai? It was Rabbi Akiva. What did Rabbi Akiva teach? Everything that Hashem does is for the good. And who was the teacher of Rabbi Akiva? It was Nachum Ish Gamzu. Nachum Ish Gamzu is why we say Gamzu Letova. So we understand the connection of Rabbi Nachum Ish Gamzu. Rabbi Akiva was the teacher of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. That Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai was the product of people, of teachers who were able to see the darkness, to see every problem that I have in my life, every little details, every little complaint, every little darkness, every little upset, every little thing in my life that upsets me, that makes me angry, sad. And he's teaching us, you don't understand, all those things are also placed by Hashem. We need also have to Hakar Satov, because everything is here for a purpose. The Kabbalah that we learn is to teach us that everything has a purpose. Hod Shebehod is to be able to see the beauty within the beauty. Is to see the way, not just the beauty of the painting, is to be able to say how that person made that painting. Is to be able to see that in every dark moment, there's a specific design from Hashem to see that everything that Hashem does is good, and that every little problem in my life, even my flat tire, even the problem or relationship with my spouse, or because I had a hard time finding a shidduch, or because I have a hard time finding a job, because I have a hard time having a baby, or because I have a hard time, who knows what, because I'm sick. And we all have different traumas, we all have different problems, we all have different darkness. And what Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is saying, it's really all designed for Hashem, for us to understand something, to learn something from it. We don't understand in the moment. It's hard, it's dark, but it's only through the darkness that we're able to achieve the highest level of light. There is some light within that darkness. You're not able to see it now, because it's so hard to see light in the darkness. But it's really the ultimate purpose. That's what we're created for. That's the highest level. And I want to read to you, if I can find it, something from the Zohar, which is mind-boggling. And when we finish soon with that, we'll answer your question. Let's see, I can find it right away. I'd rather read it than to say it by heart, because it's almost hard to believe that there's such a thing. Where is it? Trying to see. I know I took a pic of it, but I know some stuff got raised. Let me give it one more chance to see if I can find it. Otherwise, I have to just say it by heart. Okay, I guess I say it by heart. Basically, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai says, as well the Baal Tanya, and I'm literally saying the words. I'm not inventing them. You can read in the Zohar. I'll try to see if I have the Zohar here ready. No. No, it's not there. Not here. Okay, so this is what he says. He says like that there is no greater avoda of a Jew or of a human being than someone who works on transforming the darkness into light. And he's saying not only that the only true avoda is when we are able to transform darkness into light. That this is the main purpose of our avoda. And therefore, every time you have a dark moment in your life, it's you for your opportunity. That he says that's what's called a perfect service. A perfect service. You want to know what's a perfect service to Hashem? Is when you're able to take something that is dark, that seems not connected to Hashem, that seems to be against what the goodness and justice should be, and you're able to see the light into it. You're able to see that it's from Hashem. And therefore, we understand, my friends, that there's no greater thing than that. It's really amazing. That's what we're trying to achieve and experience. Wouldn't it be nice if every moment of your life you were happy? Isn't that what we're trying to struggle? We're struggling every day. That no matter what the circumstances, you're happy. You're just looking at the thing as with a different perspective. You're learning a lesson from it instead of saying, "Oh, why Hashem hates me? What did I do wrong? Why am I being punished?" All this is the voice of the Yetzirah. Hashem is crazy in love with you. What's wrong with you? Hashem is crazy in love with you. He wants to kiss you. He wants to love you. Understand that we start doubting because of the problems in our life. We start doubting, maybe Hashem must hate me, or like, why is he doing that to me? He's not doing that to you to torture you, although it feels like it. He's doing that to you because you're on the level that whatever's happening, there's something hidden in that darkness that has some light that you need to learn from. And the process of going through that suffering, you can suffer. Remember that you can suffer and being in pain and still be happy. Don't make the mistake. I can go to a surgery and I know it's going to be painful and I'm scared and I'm going to suffer through a surgery, but I'm happy because the surgery is going to heal me. Understand, the surgery is medicine. Understand, surgery saves my life. If we will take that approach in life, we will not be sad or depressed ever. But that requires hoda, that requires hakar satov. That's the avodah of the Beis Hamikdash. That's what's connected to the mid of Aaron HaKohen, to the mid of Hod. I'm able to see the glory, the beauty. I'm able to be thankful for every little thing that's happening, for good and for bad, or what looks bad. So, my friend, this is what I wanted to share with you. This is this is why we make a fire in the night, because when even it's pitch dark, even it's fire burning, all this, it's a light in the darkness, like a big fire in the darkness. And it reminds us of the bush that was burning. It reminds us of the fire at Har Sinai. It reminds us of the fire that was in the womb, the candle that was burning when we learned Torah. So it's a light that connects us all the way back to Hashem, to the Torah. So my friends, I'll give you all bracha that you should be able to see the good in every area of your life. You should be able to see that Hashem loves you, despite all the struggle and the test he gives you. But all those things, you're going to see one day the good. And you should be able to see the depth, understand the beauty of the Torah, because the beauty of Torah is only when you go in, when you swim into the sea of Torah. You learn a little bit of Kabbalah, Hasidus. Today we have Hasidus, that it's which is diluted Kabbalah, that so that you can drink the water, that holy water of Kabbalah, without being, fainting. So take advantage of it. We're at the end of time, and Hashem, it says, when is Moshiach come? When the teaching of the Kabbalah, the teaching of the Zohar, of the Baal Shem Tov, are going to spread out all over the world. We know today they're non-Jews. I don't know if you know, but I know because I teach non-Jews and people who convert and all that. There are thousands and thousands of non-Jews learning Torah and Kabbalah because we have internet, the Migdal Bavel of today, for good or for bad. What are we uniting on the internet, for good or for bad? It depends. Depends how you use the AI. We'll see. So, but even Elon Musk said you have to be careful about the AI. So we gotta be very careful. If he says that, then we gotta be double careful. Um, yeah, so that's my bracha to all of you. Any questions? Baruch Hashem, that means hopefully, or you didn't understand anything I said, or it's so clear and powerful that you know that there's no need to ask questions. That's why they say when you come to Shamayim and you see everything, you don't have any questions anymore because everything is so crystal clear, everything is understood. So B'ezrat Hashem, you should always be able to achieve a level where everything is crystal clear and we have no doubt, no amalek, no safek, and we know that we can see everything with Hakras Hatov, with Hoda, with beauty, and be happy every day of our life. It's possible, my friends. We can do it, especially the women. It's thanks to the women. The men, they struggle a lot. The you women, no pressure, by the way, no pressure. But I happen to know that it's thanks to the women. Even Moshe, he says he's gonna be so great. You know why he's gonna be great? Because of his wife. And of course, if every man will recognize that he's gonna be great thanks to his wife, Moshe will come right away. So women, we rely on you, and no pressure, but I know you can do it. You have done it already so many times with Esther, with Yael, with Sari Manu, with Rachel and Leah. And so so you can do it again. We count on you. You are the Kabbalah of the world. You are the hidden mystery. What do you think women are so mysterious, right? You know, it seems that they hide so many feelings. And a man, you know why men get married to women? Because women are so mysterious. The woman is the Kabbalah of the man. That's why he needs to learn Kabbalah, he needs to learn women. Once you understand to learn about women who are so mysterious, then you can learn look at the world in a mysterious way. You can understand Kabbalah. The man needs to uncover what's hidden. He needs to dig. What is my wife saying? What is my wife feeling? I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. Well, yeah, you know, how do you think you understand Kabbalah? It's the same thing. On the surface level, it doesn't make sense, but you gotta learn to understand your spouse. The woman has the Bina Yesera. Bina is corrected to Bina, this 50 Shari Bina. Oh, 50 interesting, 50 days of Sefirah HOD. So meaning that the 50 days of midos I work on myself is to understand the 50 Shari Bina, which means it helps me understand my wife. So that's how you are powerful as a woman. So women, we're trying to understand you, and the more we understand you, the more we are able to come closer to the 50 days of understanding, which correspond to the 50 days of Teshuvah, Nun Sharet Tshuva, and we'll be able to come back to Har Sinai, to Hashem, to Gan Eden, where Adam messed up with his wife because he let her hang out alone with the snake, like chutzpah. Like she was just created, you just got married, you know, together, and now you let her hang out in the zoo with the big snake. That's not nice. I didn't let my wife go to the zoo without me. Like, you know, what's happening with a snake? You gotta be crazy. Sneaky people, dangerous. So Adam messed up from the beginning. He let his wife alone. He didn't see the beauty in his wife. He didn't have Hoda to Hashem for his wife. Did you see that in the Torah? It says Adam says, "Thank you, Hashem, for Chava. She's so awesome. Now I can understand everything." No. He didn't say that. He said, "Oh, now she's like me, so you know I'll call her Isha because she's just like me. It's an extension of me." He didn't see her beauty. Only after the Chet he recognized, "Oh, this was my mistake. She's not just Isha, an extension of me from Ish. She's also Chava. She gives life to the world. Now I understand my wife on a high level." This is what men needs to recognize. They think they're so smart with their logical reasoning, all that. To understand that the power comes from the power of emotions that the women have. It's all about the heart. That Hashem wants the heart. He wants the emotion, and the woman is here to train the man in bringing out his emotion that are buried all down 100 feet under the earth, because they think that the great people in this world, the people who are smart. No, it's not the people who are smart. It's the people who are deep. we will have a heart like women, emotions. Okay, I'm going on and on. I know it's getting late, but those are the mini secrets of the Zohar. If you read the Zohar, you really learn Kabbalah. It's all about men and women. That's all what's about. Nothing else. You'll see it's about male, female energy and how they learn from each other, how they need to become one. That's what life is all about. So, B'ezras Hashem, we should all be able to find our true zivug. Should all become more one with our true zivug if you already have it, and God willing, we'll bring true unity in the world, and we'll have the highest level of Hoda to Hashem, and be able to have Moshiach come, in our days, in our lifetime, now, God willing. Thank you.
Amen. This was fabulous. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. And you really see everybody who came, all women. It's like I gave up on the men already. It's only, I rely on you women, because otherwise there's no hope. All right. Have a Chag Sameach. Bye.